Hi, it's been a while, but
2 weeks ago,
I asked you on Twitter to send me weapon kits for me to review, and let's just say that it looks like you want me to make this a daily series, because you guys commented more than 500 weapon kits. So thank you so much for helping me make this video, and I hope you understand that I couldn't address all submissions. Before we start, I want to mention that all of this is of course based on my own personal opinion as a top player, so I don't just think about solo rank, but also how the kit could work in a team. And you're of course free to disagree and discuss in the comments as long as you keep it respectful. But now, enjoy the video. First off is Mevlingo, who suggested Splat Bomb and Inkjet on Nautilus, which I think is a great combination. But as someone who's still haunted by PTSD from playing against Nautilus with Suction Bomb and Inkjet back in Splatoon 2, I hope this never gets added. Since its buff in version 4.1.0 of Splatoon 2, Nautilus has been a very strong main weapon, with some of the highest shot velocity, no added jump RNG, decent paint and extremely high damage output, and just seriously was annoying to fight for me as a 96 player in Splatoon 2 because it had pretty much the same range, but killed much faster and more reliably because of its little RNG. In Splatoon 3 it has been played by some of the best teams in tournaments, even with its current much weaker kit. I'm sure this kit would be very fun for any Nautilus enjoyer, but no fun for literally everyone else. V-Splash showed us what happens when you combine a great main weapon with one of the strongest specials, and if this would be added, I think it wouldn't be unusual to see two of these in most teams. I think it could be fine balancing wise if it got maybe 210 points for its special, or Inkjet was a bit weaker, but as a Nautilus hater, I just hope it gets the Sprinkler Reslider treatment. A kit that was suggested at least 10 times was Splattershot with Burst Bomb and Inkjet, which would be a mix of Splatoon 2 standard and 10 attack Splattershot. The main weapon is super solid all around and combos extremely well with Burst Bomb. All that in combination would make for a very strong Slayer weapon, which I definitely wouldn't want to fight against. In my opinion, it would need high points for special to avoid even more Inkjet spam, and I think pretty much the same about it as it did for the first kit on Nautilus. Super strong, very fun kit that probably would have to be nerfed a bit to make it balanced. What? Someone submitted a kit without Inkjet? Well, I think this could be a kit made for epic trick shots. Zipcaster on a weapon that has to be charged doesn't make a lot of sense, because charged weapons charge slower mid-air. All of them except for one. For this reason, I think good Squiffer players could make great use of this kit. Torpedo can provide info on enemy players that try to sneak up on you, and also paint for your special charge. Since Squiffer also paints well, I'm sure it could get a decent amount of Zipcasters and play well to its strengths. Definitely a very fun kit that in the right hands could be very strong and could make some really awesome plays. Shu is coming in with some Slosher class representation. Fizzy Bomb in this kit can give a lot of combo potential and would allow Blob Blobber to play closer to the front line, which it can't do very well at the moment because of its current sub being a Sprinkler. This, combined with pretty good paint output and splash damage, might make this a great Tacticooler weapon, and depending on its points for special, could allow it to get the special often enough to compete with Zap, which has been becoming a lot more popular after recent Tacticooler buff. Very well thought out kit, which could allow Blob Blobber to lob the blob and do a great job. Sylvia and dozens of other dually mains want to get a new kit in memory of the dualies from Splatoon 2. The Burst is from the V-Dualies kit and the Inkjet from the N-Parry variant. This combination would of course be very strong, and you might guess why I'm not too enthusiastic about getting a good main weapon with Burst Bomb and a very strong special. I'd rather have this over the Splattershot, which I mentioned earlier with the same kit, but do think it would be more balanced if it just had the same kit as N-Parry's did in Splatoon 2 with Curling Bomb. It would tune the kit down enough to where it could be balanced and fun both to play and play again. Another alternative to Splattershot with Inkjet would be this L3 made by Spinder. L3 had a Burst Bomb and Inkjet kit in Splatoon 2, which was very strong in the right hands, but since Burst Bomb is already on the L3D with Hammer, Splat Bomb would be a weaker but still good alternative. The main weapon needs a very good combo option in order to be viable, but I think this kit would be one of the stronger ones in the game and still be just good enough to even be viable if Inkjet gets nerfed a bit. I would stick to at least 200 points for special though, just to avoid it being too spammy. I don't think it's surprising that a lot of people that are fans of more frontline weapons want to get Inkjet on their favorite weapon, because it has gone from being one of the weakest to being pretty much the strongest special currently in the game. But let's get to some more diversity with this next kit from 4-Leaf Clover. Let's be honest, Rellas are the weapon class most in need of some love from Nintendo, and I very much agree with the vision of 4-Leaf Clover. Torpedo has been very strong on Undercover in Splatoon 2 and is by far the best sub-weapon to give the pretty weak main weapon at least a chance to get faster kills. Booyah Bomb could help you if you lose your shield early, but if you face more than one player that play coordinated, you will most likely get shredded in your Booyah Bomb if you ever happen to panic button right in front of them. I imagine it could also get the special quite fast, since it paints alright, and Torpedo can definitely help with that. It would probably, like all the other Undercovers, be annoying to fight against, but more than likely not OP. So I'd give it 190 points for special, just like its Kenza variant in Splatoon 2. Now, let's not forget about Stringers. Huen007 posted this kit, Tri-Stringer with Auto Bomb and Inkstorm. And to be honest, this is exactly what I would want on it too. Auto Bomb with its 55% ink tank consumption is the cheapest lethal sub, and can provide intel so you know if someone is hiding behind a wall that you can shoot over. And both bombs and the Inkstorm can chip damage people so they become easier for you to kill with indirects. Bow isn't that good of a painting weapon, so with its 190 points, this should be completely fine, and should be a slightly stronger alternative to its current kit. Lastly, let's take a quick look at Swashy Splatana Stamper kit. Because of the recent ink efficiency nerf for Stamper, the angle shooter in this kit would be the optimal sub for the weapon, since it only costs 40% and in theory still combos with the vertical slash. Yeah, sure, it's only 5% less ink consumption than that of a burst bomb, which is much easier to hit, but at least with Kraken, you get a very good special for weapons that want to get up close. This kit for sure would be very fun to play and make the vertical slash plus marker combos very satisfying. So yeah, that's it. I hope you're not disappointed if your kit wasn't in this video, but I'm sure this won't be the last time I'm doing a video on this topic. We only have 536 weapons to go, so keep commentating on the post or in the comment section below. Thanks for watching and see ya in the next one.